Hey guys, it's Beto here. Welcome back to the channel. Why is Bitcoin on base surging? Why did it pump all the way to $8 million market cap? I'll give you the details in the next couple of minutes.
Better on base. Better on base.
Alright guys, so let's get started with a quick chart check for Bitcoin on base. You're looking at the 1 hour chart with currently a $4.7 million market cap and a price tag of 30 cents for Bitcoin on base. And definitely a big pump today, a huge pump. And what I would say is more like a FOMO pump. Obviously, this has all the indications of being a FOMO pump and then a dump. That's expected with something like this, especially I think in this current market where everything is pretty flat, everything is pretty slow in terms of movement in the general market, with all the red that we've seen over the last few days. So huge pump in terms of Bitcoin on base. At some point it reached $8 million in terms of a market cap, and let me show you just the price change and do a little bit of a measurement as to how high it went. And if you do the price range, it went 350% up since yesterday. So that's a huge pump, and as expected, a lot of people don't know why it pumped and will just FOMO into the green candles, and that's why we see this type of stuff. And obviously we needed to see a pullback, and I don't think that's a negative at all. It's just a natural occurrence for something like this. It pumped and all the way down now at $4.8 million market cap, so hopefully we'll see it stabilized. And at this point there's $862,000 in volume, and it's up 88% at this moment from price yesterday. So what happened over the last 24 hours that sparked this huge pump for Bitcoin on base? Well, yesterday it was announced that Bitcoin on base was going to be partnering with Bitcoin on virtuals. And Bitcoin on virtuals, I'll tell you what that is in a second. But Bitcoin on base, if you haven't been around, it's basically the second chance at Bitcoin on the base chain. And this is a project that was a community takeover back about a year and a half ago, almost 2 years ago. And since then, the team has been building. It's gone through many narratives, and the strongest narrative right now, and I think this is where home is for this project, is the mining initiative. If you are not familiar with Bitcoin on base, I definitely urge you to do some due diligence and check it out. The project basically is mining Bitcoin, and if you have 2,400 tokens or more, you get a Coinbase wrapped Bitcoin yield every 3 months. Now, it got really interesting yesterday because it was announced that Bitcoin on virtuals will be launched on Thanksgiving Eve. What this does is that Bitcoin on virtuals will earn a tax for each trade. That's going to fuel the mining initiative for Bitcoin on base. Now, the only thing that I think you need to know right here, and the important part, is that if you own both Bitcoin on base and Bitcoin on virtuals, you have the best opportunity at a dual asset yield. That's what it's being called. That's what it's called. It should be called. So if you hold 2,400 Bitcoin on base, you're earning Bitcoin on Coinbase wrapped Bitcoin. If you own 100,000 Bitcoin on virtuals, you'll earn Bitcoin on base and Coinbase wrapped Bitcoin. So it's basically dual yield. You're earning both tokens. It's a flywheel. If you're not familiar with that concept, look it up, Google it. But I definitely recommend. It's hard to explain in just a couple of minutes, but I just wanted to come here and create a video so that you know kind of what's going on, and really invite you to do some research on not only Bitcoin on base, but Bitcoin on virtuals, and the partnership and the symbiotic relationship that these two tokens will have over the next few months and hopefully years, and hopefully there'll be steady growth for both projects. Now, Bitcoin on virtuals will be launching on Thanksgiving Eve, and you're going to be able to purchase that on Thanksgiving Eve and accumulate This is also a really great site that you can check out, bitcoinonvirtuals.io, and you'll get all the information there. So you still have time to do the research before you ape in. If you're not familiar also with the virtuals ecosystem, a whole bunch of people are there, a whole bunch of investors are there, and there's some really great projects. And most projects right there on virtuals are fairly successful. So go check it out. So anyway, huge partnership, huge stuff going on for Bitcoin on Base, and huge stuff coming for Bitcoin on virtuals. There you have it, guys. That's what's going on with Bitcoin on Base and Bitcoin on virtuals. That is launching on Thursday, Thanksgiving evening. So be sure to keep an eye out on both X accounts. Join the Telegrams if you like. And also don't forget to subscribe to this channel. I'm always making updates for Bitcoin on Base, now Bitcoin on virtuals, and a couple of other Base accounts or Base projects that are super bullish, and you should be definitely following. So keep an eye out for more updates. I'll talk to you next time.
Better want bass. Better want bass. Better want bass.